Mr. Hockey Magicers. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having an awesome day and keep on fighting. Alright, so as you know, there's been a lot of videos going around on the pressure, putting something through a balloon, okay? Ever since Matt Franco did it, everybody was like, ooh! And you know, Daniel Garcia. So, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that, but before that, I'm going to be showing you what it looks like in motion, alright? So, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. First thing we gotta do is blow up the balloon. Alright, so I think that's fair. These are 12-inch balloons, and as you can see, there's still a little bit of space, but I don't want to pop it, so let's just... I think that's good, alright? So, we got our balloon, we got our deck of cards, and as you can see, I've been doing this before, so let's do it, alright? So watch, as you can see, deck of cards, going into balloon, take one. I think that worked, actually. Maybe. Did it? Let's see. I think that worked. The deck is actually inside of the balloon. I think that's pretty cool, huh? I think that is pretty cool. As you can see, it is inside. I think that is just pretty cool. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to rip off this. There's a bunch of air packets, as you can see. A bunch of air packets. A lot of air down there. So what I'm going to do is try and break this off and kill the air in there. Ah! Let's go, let's go. Ah! Oh, there we go, there we go. I actually ripped off the whole part that I wanted to rip off. All right, so that's pretty good. And that's what we wanted to do. All right, so as you can see, what I'm gonna be showing you here is that your balloon actually fully engulfs the thing, and as you can see, when I bit it off, the whole part actually came off. So I didn't need to rip it off. I just needed to show you guys. But as you can see, this inside of the balloon. All right, it's just a big little flappy thing right here. All right, so guys, this is how it looks like in motion, and I can actually take it out for you here if we just rip this open a little bit more. Yeah, but I'm going to show you first that it is actually in the balloon, as I can attempt to take it out of this balloon. Hopefully it'll work. And okay, as you can see, it's like a little case holder, so that proves to you that it was actually indeed inside the balloon. So got your two parts of the balloon. Alright guys, so that is the pressure performance. On to the tutorial. Hello, Mr. Hockey Magicers, welcome back to the tutorial, alright? So, what you're going to need for this trick is a balloon. I like to use these big ones. You can see it's about as big as a deck of cards without being blown. So that's about the size you want. You don't want any of those small ones because they're not going to work and they're going to pop. Alright, so you want to get a good one. I recommend using these foam balloons, these foam ones, alright? Very thin foam. This is what I use. They're the best quality, okay? And that's all you need. You need a deck of cards or a phone. You can use a phone. You can use, I don't know, yeah. You can use one of these. You can use an iPhone. Heck, you could use an iPad mini. Okay, oh man, almost dropped my phone. But you can use an iPad mini if you can get the balloon big enough to get it through, all right? So, but we're just going to continue using our deck of cards, okay? So, show you how it's done. First thing you want to do is you want to blow up the balloon. Oh, fail. Alright, so you want to blow it up to a decent size, about 12 inches, okay? So about 1 foot long. So see, so it's about two sizes too big hat. All right, so it's about twice as big as my head. So you make it about a foot, right? And then you're gonna get your object or whatever you're using, okay? And you're gonna kind of want to hold it in like a mechanic's grip, and then you just want to get the balloon. Now the way I like to do is I like to stick it in between these two fingers here, so I can slowly let air out. And if I just pinch, it'll not let any air out, okay? But if I slowly let our air out, I can just do that, all right? So we got it in a little bit smaller. I'm gonna blow in some more air. All right, so now you hold it in whatever position you want, and now you have to get this and stick it on the bottom of the balloon, which is probably the best place to put it, all right? So you want to stick it on the bottom of the balloon, and you say, okay. Now, some people, they just let the balloon go and just only push the balloon. Now, that works, but you don't get the same effect as you'd like it, okay? And as you can see, and it doesn't actually go through. But watch. What you want to do is you want to do both. So you get it. You want it. Not only do you want to push the balloon onto the cards, you want to push the cards into the balloon. So while you are pushing hard like this and squeezing it into the balloon, you also want to be squeezing the balloon in. So you're pushing both of them at about the same force. Like this, and when you get to this point, you want to squeeze all of that air down like this, okay? Now what it's going to look like is it's going to look like your card or your object is inside of the balloon. Now, the truth is, it is the outer layer of the balloon that's actually going around the card, okay? So as you can see, there's the card there, and there's a bunch of air packets, okay? Now, the way I did it in the performance was I got the air packet and I pulled it down, okay? I got the air packet like this, and I got my thumb on it and I pulled it down, just like so. And then I covered up the rest with my hand, and I said, okay, so as you can see, front is good, and you can see there's some air packets on the back. So, and you can see it's fully enwrapped in the balloon. So you just show them that little tiny glimpse of the backside. Now, you see there are air packets. Now what you want to do is you want to find an excuse to make a hole in this part right here. See, if you pull it up, there's more of a funnel here than there is down here. So you see this funnel right here, this little air pack. What you want to do is you want to pull this up and you want to say, okay, I'm going to try and get the air packs out. So you can use scissors, you can use whatever you want. I like to use my teeth. So you come in like this, you pull it up a little bit, and then you attempt to break it. If you don't do it on the first try, like me, it's okay. You'll eventually get it. Okay, you see? There you have two punctures, one here and one over here. So you see you have the two punctures. What you want to do now is you want to say, okay, I'm going to try and rip this part off. The truth is you're trying to wrap this. You see the whole, there's a second layer underneath. You're trying to get the rest of this and you're trying to wrap it over. You want to say, okay, I'm just going to try and rip this part off. And you're just going to say, I'm trying to rip off this lid. And when you get it, eventually, and when you get it off, you say, okay, now that you have gotten the whole thing around, you say, okay, as you can see, your object, your card, your phone is inside of the balloon. And it is. It is inside of the balloon. And you can see, you can have them tear it open. But yes, their object is inside of the balloon. So, I'll show you that. I can't really show you that again, but I'll kind of try and walk you through it. You got this piece right here. Once you make that puncture, okay, there's still going to be a hole on the bottom. Now, you want to bite into it, and now you have the puncture. What you're going to do is you're going to take this part, and you're just going to pull, and you say, okay, I'm going to try and rip this part off of the balloon. While you are doing that, there's a second layer underneath the first layer, and you're going to just pull it off and try and re-wrap it around the balloon, and then once you get it to this position, you want to pull this off, and then their object is actually inside of the balloon. So, Guys, that is how to do the really cool little thing I like to call pressure, and then you can pull it off and you can see that their card is inside. But that is something I like to call pressure, and thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon.